Yugi Bros! What's up, my Yugi lads and ladies? It's time to talk about Trials of the Kingdom. They revealed the rarities and what the rest of these skills do, so I figured let's talk about that. Always, guys, be sure to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. I know it's pesky sometimes. But without further ado, let's get into this. So for the Ultra Rares, we have Magician of Black Chaos, the Legendary Fisherman 2, Parasite Paranoid, Time Machine, Haunted Shrine, Floodgate Trap Hole, Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, and Switcheroo. For the Super Rares, we have Golden Ladybug, Jirac Stariko, Jirac Hera, Surface, Bashing Shield, Zombie Master, Terra from the Deep, and Dino Destruction. Quickly just going through the commons that we could have assumed might have been foil but aren't. Going through the list right now, Donsalug is a common. I'm actually kind of surprised because they hyped that card up, so we assumed that was going to be a super or ultra for sure. Another one is Share the Pain. I'm actually surprised is a common as well. That card's pretty good. That we'll see play here and there, getting rid of free. It's just free removal. Double Cyclone. This is a pretty good card. I'm actually surprised it's a common, but cool, great. More easier ways for us to get our stuff off. Iron Draw. I know it's a machine-specific card, but I expected this to at least be a super rare. But, you know, hey, whatever. It's a nice common reprint for the people that just need this card in general. And finally, Waking the Dragon, I'm actually surprised as a common, but I do see that this can go like both ways, whether it could be good, could be bad, depending on the format. So, you know, depending on what we have as options for it, definitely makes it interesting as well. So, yeah, these are the 16 foils in the set. Magician of Black Chaos, I feel like needs no explanation because it was the cover card of the pack. I do think that's a little overrated. I don't think that kind of deserves it, but it's a Yugi card, so of course they're going to make it do that. Legendary Fisherman 2, not surprised by this at all. Definitely deserved it. Parasite Paranoid, same exact thing. The card is ridiculous. So definitely boost insects. Time Machine, I mean, I could have seen this be a super, but I do think this card is really good depending on where you play it, so I can understand. Haunted Shrine, I think, is insane. And definitely deserves the ultra rare. Floodgate Trap Hole definitely deserves the ultra rare. Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. I've said this before, guys. I don't agree that skills should take the place of foils in this set, but I do understand the net worth of just having a powerful skill. But in that case, I don't think it should be any higher than a super rare. Unfortunately, though, Cocoon does take the ultra rare spot, and Switcheroo is the last one. From what I've been told, Duel Links has a skill called Switcheroo. I don't know anything about Duel Links, but the current description, or at least the description I keep hearing, is that it can be used each time your life points decrease by 1,000. You return one card in your hand to your deck and draw another. According to this, it says that skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel. It'd be really cool. I think that's kind of deserving of an ultra rare spot. Again, I wish it wasn't ultra rare. I wish skills were an ultra rare, but I can understand it. And Cocoon of Evolution is also really dumb, so it makes sense. Super rare is Golden Ladybug. Yeah, that's fine. The two Jiracs, I can understand that. One makes 2 tokens, and the other one summons itself for free. Surface is really good. It's a monster born for anything 3 or lower for water. Bashing Shield is kind of like the Axe of Despair of this set, so I understand its foilness. Zombie Master is very good for the zombie deck, so I get that. Terra from the Deep, same thing. I think that's pretty solid. And finally, Dino Destruction. It makes sense. I mean, like I said, they're going to make the skills foil. They're going to make them hard to get, so it's understandable. And it does confirm that there is 51 cards in this set, 46 being main deck specific, or 46 being deck specific stuff, and 5 being skills. So that is a 51 card set list, changed from the last previous few that were only 50 cards. And I did say 45 originally with 5 skills on the website, but they've since, if they haven't updated it, it definitely will be updated soon because there is 46 cards in the main slots with 5 skills. But I wanted to talk today about the skills for the people that don't know. We're going to start with Terra from the Deep. I already explained Switcheroo. I don't have a picture for it, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to start with Terra from the Deep, just quickly brief over that because we've already had that revealed previously, and then talk about the other 3 skills that we have. So, kicking off, Terra from the Deep. We talked about this. It's a Mako skill. Activate this skill during your main phase while you control Kairushin. While the skill is activated, you can activate Yumi directly from your hand deck or graveyard. While you control Kairushin, all water monsters you control are unaffected by trap effects. If Kairushin you control leaves the field, draw 2 cards. And if you do, flip this card over. This is solid. This is going to make water really good. Like I've said before, I definitely can see. I can't wait to see what we can pull with this. I think this is going to be really fun. And if you want more info on this, I made a video actually talking about this when they first originally revealed it. So go check that video out. I'll put the link in the description. Moving on. We have Zombie Master. Now this, if for the people that know regular Yu-Gi-Oh, is a level 4 effect monster in regular Yu-Gi-Oh, but it is now a skill in speed duels. That probably means we'll never get it as an actual card. And rightfully so, it's kind of ridiculous. So it's a bone skill, and it says activate this skill during your main phase. Once per duel, you can choose one level 4 or lower zombie monster you control, and it gains the following effect while face up on the field. The only thing I don't love about that is that it gives the monster the effect. I kind of wish the skill just did what it did, and that was that. Because there are 1,000,001, well, not currently, but there probably eventually will be 1,000,001 ways to negate effects and or destroy the monster outright. So if you give a monster this skill, that's kind of that. I don't like that it's once per duel for that reason, but I don't know if twice per duel makes it too good. Whatever, we'll get into the effect and then we'll talk more. Once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target one level 4 or lower zombie monster in either graveyard. Special summon that target. This monster must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. So it literally just gives a zombie monster level 4 lower on your field the effect of Zombie Master. Simple enough. Can be really good. Definitely will have potential. I'd love to see what people can come up with this. The only downside is that this is a skill, so it takes the place of running something else that we already would have played, like previous zombie skills. Hopefully, I mean, this is really good, don't get me wrong, and it's probably the best one we've had so far for a zombie skill, or for a bone skill, I should say. I don't know, it's just, what irks me a little bit is just the fact that, like, it puts the effect on the monster, like, it gives it that effect, but then, like, if your opponent has any response in destroying the monster, or flipping it, or returning it, or getting it off the field, and or negating that effect, that skill was useless, and then that's it. Like, you can't do it again. It's not twice per duel. Like, if it was once per turn, twice per duel, I think that'd be perfectly fine. I don't think that's overstepping any boundaries currently, but maybe over time, if zombies get more stuff. Like, King of the Skull Servants is obviously what comes to mind first off. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It's definitely cool if you put this on like King of the Skull Servant, so he's already got this beefy attack, and then you put this on this thing as well, and you can bring back anything. Seems really good. I don't know. It'd be really cool. I did say either graveyard, so like if we ever get Zombie World or something in this game, that'd definitely get real good in specific matchups. But anyways, moving on to the next one, we have Dino Destruction. This is a Rex skill. It says activate this skill during your main phase. Once per turn, you can choose one level 6 or higher dinosaur monster you control. This turn, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Flip this card over at the end of the turn you activated this skill. So this isn't once per turn. This isn't once per duel, which is great. You can just kind of do this once per turn. Giving a level 6 or higher dino the ability to get piercing damage. I think this is solid for dinosaurs. I would love to see what people come up with in giving this to dinosaurs. I know that there was a dinosaur deck for a while that was really good with the field spell that just buffed everything by 300, but the more good dinos we get, the less we need to play that, and the more we could play something like this, making it so that nobody is safe, regardless if you put your monsters in attack or defense against dinos. This is cool. I like this. I'll definitely mess with this. I mean, I'm going to mess with all of them, but like I like that you give this deck generic piercing abilities, and it's not once per duel, thank God. It's not even twice per duel. It's just once per turn you can do this. So I really like this card. I think it's solid. And last but not least, we have the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. I know everyone's been waiting on this one since they previewed it in the beginning. This card says, Activate the following skill or skills during your main phase. The first one is you can tribute one insect monster from either field equipped with an equip card, and if you do, special summon one insect monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Also flip this card over. The second one is you can shuffle one insect monster from your graveyard into your deck, then draw one card and flip this card over. Each of these skills can only be used once per duel. So they obviously only work during the main phase. You can use both of their effects in the same turn. That's why it says skill or skills. But both skills are only once per duel. This card is really good. I'm really interested to see what insects can pull with all this new stuff that they're getting. Parasite Paranoid is in this set, and that can equip to a monster and turn it into an insect. So that essentially triggers this card's first effect right off the bat. So that's going to be very powerful. And obviously, you could summon any insect, ignoring its summoning conditions. And, you know, Weevil's whole gimmick is summoning Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, the 3500 beat stick, which you can now do with this card, as well as previous cards that have allowed you to do it in the past. So I'm definitely interested to see where they go with this. We don't have a skill in this set that destroys, or at least replaces Hidden Parasite as the OG board wipe, or It's My Lucky Day that replaces like the Twin Twister effect. And Switcheroo is probably the best generic, is the only generic skill we get in this set that, you know, can be used in anything. But I'm glad that they're making specific theme skills more powerful now to kind of keep up. It's like, all right, so you could play this board wipe card in Hidden Parasite, or if you're playing an insect deck, you can play this Cocoon of Ultra Evolution and dominate with these effects. So it's very interesting to see where we'll go with this. But I'm definitely pumped to see what we can produce out of this format moving forward. So guys, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear them down in the comments below. My Locals is doing a sneak peek, so I definitely will try to get some footage from that. But even if not, I'll try to see what people ended up doing for the sneak peek, or what they pulled or whatever, and get some images on here of new cards as well. As always, guys, my name is Yugi Bros, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.